Good evening and welcome Fox Communities Credit Union members. My name is Rich Scott and I proudly served as the chairperson for the Board of Directors for the last year. At this time, I call our 84th annual meeting to order. Let me provide structure for our meeting this year. We have chosen to have our meeting be a web-based presentation again this year. Yes, COVID-19 is still with us 1 year later, and we feel it is in the best interest of everyone's safety and health to present in this format. As in previous years, our goal continues to provide you a more convenient option to participate or view the annual meeting. We hope watching or listening in the convenience of your home or wherever you may be accomplishes that. Members have the option to watch and listen via the website link, as well as listen through a dial-in phone number. Our web participants will have the ability to interact through voting. I will ask for your participation at key times when I call for a membership vote. On your screen, you will see voting radio buttons. For procedural purposes, I will have a few members with me in the room who will provide a motion as well as a seconder. Then I will ask the membership to vote. That is your cue to accept. Select yes for I accept the motion, or no, I do not accept the motion. Remember to push the submit button so we can capture your vote. I will inform you at the appropriate time to vote as well as the results. Unfortunately, the voting on the motions is only available to our members who are participating online, as the phone option is a listen only. This meeting will provide summary information on our performance in 2020, how our credit union continued to drive change, and through our mission by being here for you. Madam Secretary, have we verified that our 25 quorum is present?
Yes, we have.
Please record this as an official meeting. Let's review the agenda for the time we have together. We were successful with our call to order. Joanne Bogenschutz, our Secretary of the Board, will review our minutes from last year and our first vote. I will then provide you my report as chairperson. Chris Allen, our President and CEO, will share his report as President and CEO. Paul Sipple, Chair of the Audit Committee, will share the Audit Committee report. Kathy Harvath, our Vice President of Marketing, will demonstrate the ways in which we support our communities and the success of the educational programs we offer to our members. Joanne Bogenschutz again will come back as the Chair of the Nomination Committee and will explain the election process to select our directors and provide the election results for the 3 members who will serve a Board of Director term for a 3-year term. She will also request that our ballots be destroyed. That will be our second vote. We will adjourn the formal meeting. That will be our final vote. And then Joanne Bogenschutz will explain how the annual meeting drawing works and how we will communicate to the members who were selected after we adjourn. Who won? I would like to take a moment to introduce the current members of the Board of Directors. First, let me start with our Executive Committee. I, Rich Scott, served as Chair for the Board of Directors of Fox Communities Credit Union for the past year, and I also participated on the other standing committees of Audit, Governance, Nominating, and Personnel. Bill Piniella served as our Vice Chair and on our Executive Committee and chaired our Governance Committee. Joanne Bogenschutz served as our Secretary on the Executive Committee, and she chaired our Nominating Committee and participates on the Audit and Governance Committees. Paul Sipple served as our Treasurer on the Executive Committee and chaired the Audit Committee. Now let me introduce you to the rest of the Board of Directors. Marty Doctor served as the Chair of our Personnel Committee and also participated on the Governance Committee. Krista Draheim served on the Personnel and Audit Committees. Jessica Fleek served on the Nominating and Personnel Committees. Michael Volker served on the Nominating and Governance Committees, and Camille Zizzo served on the Governance and Personnel Committees. I want to thank all of the board members on behalf of the more than 115,000 members for your efforts you have given to help direct Fox Communities Credit Union in the past year. I also want to thank the other family members of the Board of Directors and friends of the Board of Directors for their support and tolerance of our time away when we were serving the members. We appreciate you, all you do to allow us to serve as directors, especially this past year as we have had to deal with the pandemic. After 34 years of dedicated, outstanding service to Fox Communities Credit Union, Paul Sipple has decided to retire from the Board of Directors. We owe Paul a debt of gratitude for helping to build a $2 billion organization. Paul's financial guidance and dedication to the credit union industry have been very instrumental in helping us build our credit union over his years of service. Paul has been a respected voice on the board, and his voice and guidance will be missed as we move forward in the years to come. Allison, his wonderful wife, and Paul have acquired a new home in Florida, where Paul can continue to work on his golf game throughout the year and complete Allison's honey-do list as well. Paul, thank you for your leadership, guidance, and friendship. You will be missed. The board is dedicated to excellence, and by the use of our credit union's mission to help move us forward and using our talents, we want the membership to know that as a board of directors, we are here for you. Now it is my pleasure to invite Joanne Bogenschutz to review the minutes from last year's annual meeting.
The minutes from last year's meeting are being shown on the screen. They were also sent out via an email link earlier today, or can be viewed on our webpage in the annual meeting section.
Hello?
Mr. Chairman, no corrections to the 2019 annual meeting minutes were noted. I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Joanne has made a motion to approve the minutes. Thank you, Kathy, for seconding the motion. I ask the membership now to please vote. There will be a 30-second pause as the votes are tabulated. The motion to approve the minutes of our 2019 annual meeting has passed. Thank you, Madam Secretary Bogenschutz, for the review of our minutes. I'm now going to give you the report of the board chair. We have continued the past year Fox's commitment to its members and communities. One of our most important commitments to our members is to continue to be a strong financial institution. I am pleased to report that Fox Communities Credit Union is a financially strong credit union. Year-over-year growth occurred in our assets, loans, and deposits. We grew from $1.8 billion to $2.185 billion this past year. That is an incredible growth during the pandemic. Having a financially strong credit union gives us the confidence and security to focus on long-term investments, such as improvements made to our technological infrastructure. We've implemented a core system change in the fall of 2019. We spent 2020 fine-tuning our technology as well to meet the members' needs. We had to deal with adapting our technology to allow Fox staff to service those members' needs working from remote places because of the pandemic. In true form, the Fox team came together to respond and address members' concerns as best they could with the resources and tools they had at the time. So much has been learned through this experience. I want to thank the members and staff for your patience through this trying year. We had an incredible challenge facing us this past year. We are in a better place and a better organization because of our technological capabilities, and it is directly related to our dedicated staff. We will continue to learn and improve the use of our technological resources so we can launch enhanced service technologies for our members. Our continued investment in technology prepares us for a bright future. The Board of Directors works closely with the leadership team, ensuring that Fox will be sustainable well into the future. Those decisions meeting the changes needs and security for all of us. We are committed to ensure our credit union is operated in a sound and prudent manner. We will make decisions based on our mission to enrich the quality of life for all members, protect our members' financial well-being, operate economically sound, be professional, friendly, and trustworthy, and remain strong in our communities through support and involvement. In the forefront of driving our mission home is the Fox Communities Credit Union team. Their daily interactions with us provide the smile we are accustomed to, the product support expected, and the world-class member services we receive in a courteous, friendly, and professional manner. Their enthusiasm to demonstrate kind service day in and day out is recognized and appreciated. Each is a special person. I am very grateful and thankful for you. 2020 was a trying year, but we still remain dedicated to our strong commitment to the communities we serve. The pandemic canceled most of the events we had in 2020, but that did not deter Fox from continuing to raise money for sponsorships. Even though we did not have Bike to the Beat in 2020, we still raised $50,000 through the generosity of our members and Fox matching those contributions. In addition, we raised $30,000 at the virtual holiday party fundraiser. These funds went to the Fox Cares Foundation, which provides grants and funding to various charities in our communities, focusing on ending homelessness, fighting hunger, and providing access to the arts. Finally, we continue to focus on the member experience, looking for ways so you know we are here for you. We have a proven track record of financial success and outstanding service. Today, we are taking time to review and recognize our accomplishments for the past year. We must continue to push further using our current resources, as well as tap into new technological advances. I promise the members that we will remain focused on our rich tradition of financial success, continue to be driven by serving our members, and by making an impact in our communities. This year has definitely been a challenge because of the pandemic. What a way to start out as CEO and President of Fox Communities Credit Union than to be handed the baton at the start of a pandemic. You find out what you have in your people when a challenge is put in front of you, and it can go two ways. One is to let the challenge overwhelm you and destroy your company. The other is to face it head on and find opportunities and ways to deal with the challenge and prosper. Chris Allen took over as our CEO and president during this time, and we continue to prosper as a credit union. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Chris Allen, our president and CEO. Chris has dedicated himself to work hard and become a servant leader this past year. His passion for our members and the team, along with his drive towards excellence, has shown this through this past year. Chris's first year started off with the pandemic and the challenges related to it. He took head on the challenge to keep our members and staff safe while continuing to provide necessary services. I am encouraged with Chris's thoughtful and precise decision-making he has made this past year. His performance has demonstrated his commitment to the membership and team. During these uneasy, thought-provoking, and challenging times, the board has built a strong partnership with Chris. It is my pleasure to invite Chris Allen, our President and Chief Executive Officer, to provide the President's report.
All right, thank you, Rich, and thank you to the board and the entire Fox family. It's been 1 year since I took over as President and CEO for Greg Hilbert, who served our members wonderfully and dutifully for over 40 years. I want to again acknowledge Greg for all that he has meant to Fox Communities Credit Union over those 40 years. We would not be the financial institution you see today without his leadership, so thank you, Greg, and we know you are enjoying your well-earned retirement. That said, Greg did pick a heck of a time to retire. 2020 was an extraordinary year in so many different ways. Over the next few slides, I'll cover some of the major milestones your credit union accomplished in 2020 and provide you with how the credit union performed. I will bring you up to date with what's happening in 2021 and beyond, and then wrap up with some fun stuff, some employee anniversaries, retirements, and awards that occurred in 2020. As noted, 2020 saw the retirement of our long-term CEO, but at the same time, our long-term Chief Financial Officer, Bruce Gatorik, also retired. Bruce joined Greg in 1990 when Fox and Riverside Credit Union merged, and he had been a driving force behind Fox's success up until his retirement in May of last year. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Bruce, and I know that he's enjoying his retirement to its fullest and just recovering from shoulder surgery that'll get a swing back here shortly. So miss you, Bruce, and glad you're enjoying retirement. So with Greg and Bruce retiring, we have had to add some new members to our senior management team. Nikki Schaumburg joined us last year as our new CFO. Nikki has a strong history of being a CFO in the community banking space and has been a tremendous addition to our team. Adam Landsberg replaced me as Chief Lending Officer last year as well. He has spent his entire career in lending, and that experience is matched only by his laser focus on our members' experience and making sure that they have the products they need to make life happen. In 2020, we also added a new position to our senior management team. Mitchell Musial joined us as General Counsel. As we continue to grow as an organization, our needs continue to evolve, and adding legal expertise has proven to be a good move. Finally, we added Jennifer Kind as VP of Operations. Jennifer has years of experience around all aspects of deposit operations and is going to be a key player in making sure that our day-to-day services to our members meets their expectations. Jennifer was added in late 2020, but we already are seeing her influence to improve these high-packed member service areas. One additional change in 2020 was to expand the role of our Member Solutions Department and to make Dave Thone our SVP of Member Solutions. Member Solutions will provide next-level support and advocacy for our members, particularly those experiencing financial hardships. This position is primarily responsible for addressing complex member concerns, analyzing and aggregating member feedback, and overseeing the organization's collections activities. Our goal here is to provide additional support to our members when they need us the most, and to really live our credit union mission. In 2020, we also completed a merger with Northern Paper Mills Credit Union. We are very pleased and proud that they chose us to partner with them going forward and welcome Northern Paper Mills credit union members and employees to the Fox family. This merger was completed on June 2nd, and we are operating out of their branch at 807 Day Street, which is just a few blocks from our old Wisey Street location. So we're so excited to have them on board, and they've been doing a great job for us up in Green Bay. With all those positive changes, 2020 was undoubtedly dominated by the pandemic and our response to the need to keep our members, employees, and communities safe. On March 17th, we entered into our pandemic protocol and closed the branches to walk-in traffic in order to help ensure the safety of our staff and members. We also sent almost the entirety of our administrative staff to work remotely from home, which was a huge effort as we didn't have this level of technology in place to accomplish this task. I would like to take this time to thank all of our members and especially our staff for the flexibility and understanding that was required to make it through these unprecedented times. Although it was scary and not easy to accomplish, we were able to keep all critical member services up and running throughout the pandemic. Our membership gave us a lot of positive feedback on our ability to serve them through these difficult times, and our staff really stepped up to make it work. Again, thank you all so very much. Our lobbies are now open once again, and we are slowly getting back to a normal that will persist into the future. COVID has changed our society. It will change the way Fox operates, but I'm confident that we will handle these coming changes with the same grace and fortitude that we handled the pandemic. Now, on to the financial performance of the credit union. Despite all the challenges presented in 2020, Fox has remained very strong and had another nice year from a financial standpoint. On the asset side of the balance sheet, assets grew by $351 million, led by strong home mortgage and consumer lending. As a side note, if you remember back to 2003, Fox Communities Credit Unions ended that year at $347 million in total assets. And this past year we grew 351. It's just amazing how much we've accomplished in the 40 years that Greg was in place and then in this year. So congratulations to everybody. That's just wonderful. So on to the next slide. As you can see, we had very strong growth in deposits with over $358 million added in 2020. This was due primarily to COVID stimulus and a reduction in spending from our members, also due to COVID and lockdowns. But this allowed us to reduce some of our borrowings, which we had used in the past to help fund our loan demand. And we were able to add $22 million to our reserves for a strong 10.67% net worth ratio. These reserves are very important to the credit union as they provide us with a financial cushion should anything bad happen in the economy. A strong net worth ratio like we have also helps to support our growth. On the income statement side, we saw that gross revenue increased almost $5 million due to more loans on the books. That said, the pandemic and the economic outlook that followed caused rates to drop considerably. Because of this, earnings started to see some downward pressure, even though we had a very strong loan growth. This is a trend that continues today and will most likely continue into the next few years. Those dropping rates were also felt by our depository members as CD and savings rates dropped as well. This too has persisted into 2021 and will be seen for the foreseeable future. We also saw an increase in overall operating expenses as we continue to absorb the cost of the technology upgrade and handle the unanticipated costs associated with the pandemic. Going forward, we expect operating costs to remain elevated as we are making a conscious choice to add the talent and technology needed to compete in today's competitive financial world, and more importantly, to help ensure that our members have the best possible experience that Fox can provide. The net result was an income or balance to reserves of $15.2 million. This is down about 1.7 from the prior year, but it's still very respectable it's still a very respectable and reasonable number. We anticipate net income to increase as we continue to grow into our new technology and infrastructure. Overall, given the challenges we faced, your credit union had a very good year financially. Our lending operations are an important part of our business, as loans are the largest asset on our balance sheet and provide the most revenue for the credit union. Having a strong and growing loan portfolio is vital to the health of the credit union. So I'll take a few minutes here to review how we did in 2020. On the slide you are seeing now, we have broken lending down into its large categories. Last year, home lending led the way, followed by consumer loans. But overall, we had solid loan growth of almost $133 million. We did this by making 15,446 loans for $701 million in total last year. It's important to note, as I do in most years, that these aren't just numbers on a financial statement or in an annual report. Each of these loans helped our fellow members achieve a goal. Whether that goal was to get a reliable ride so they could get to work, or buy that first home that they need to start their family, or buy that second home that has always been their dream. Each of these loans represents us helping our fellow members make their lives just a little bit better. You, as an owner of the credit union, can be very proud about that, very proud. As I stated, our loan portfolio is our largest asset, so we have to ensure the health of the portfolio, and it is very important to make sure that that revenue stream remains strong, and the credit union doesn't suffer too many losses that would jeopardize the health of the institution. As you can see from this slide, we have historically done very well in this regard. In 2020, our loan loss was 0.09%, which is very small and below industry standard. Our delinquency, which is the amount of loans that are not being paid on time, saw a slight uptick last year, but nothing of concern. In general, your fellow Fox members are strong, and they are paying the loans in an acceptable manner, which is a really good metric to know. With management transition, the technology upgrade behind us, and COVID changing the way we are going to operate going forward, Fox has had and will continue to see a lot of changes. As we continue to grow, we continue to look for new areas to bring our brand of the credit union mission to potential members. One of those areas is Oshkosh. We are getting close to beginning the construction on our new branch, which will be located on Highway 21 and Kaler Road, near the new Oshkosh Truck headquarters. This will be a beautiful new branch, centrally located to serve our current and future members in Oshkosh. Also, the technology upgrades we did in 2019 and into 2020 will allow us to offer our products and services to more people, even without a branch presence available. We implemented options to allow potential members to apply for membership and open an account online. We are streamlining and improving our online lending capabilities, and most importantly, our new digital banking platform provides us the opportunity to build a better digital experience for all our members so they can access Fox's products and services from anywhere. Coming out of our technology upgrade and rolling right into the pandemic gave us an opportunity to take a look at all of our processes and service levels for our members. In 2021 has been a year of inward focus in an effort to set forth a plan and allocate the resources necessary to make sure that we are meeting and exceeding our members' service levels expectations. Investments have been made in both technology and talent, and project plans have been laid out to help make sure that everything is working the way it should so that our members are happy and proud of their financial institution. Over the coming months, you will see more enhancements to our technology that are designed to help make it work better for you going forward. Also, we are making investments in training and tools for our frontline staff so they can confidently and consistently serve our members the way that we would like them served. Most of these changes will be subtle, but they will make everything that is new work a little bit better. Our members and staff will also see new opportunities to offer their opinions and insights into what is and isn't working well, and what you would like to see in the future. Fox's sole reason for existence as an organization is to provide our members with the best possible financial experience that we can. I can't think of any better way to figure out what that is than to ask. Finally, It is with great pleasure that I would like to announce that Fox Communities Credit Union will have a new corporate headquarters in the years to come. Prior to the pandemic, administrative space constraints were a big concern for us. For the past several years, we have been working on finding the next home for Fox, and in March of 2021, we finally purchased our home of the future. Our new home, the Enterprise Center, is located at 2201 East Enterprise in Appleton. This is an existing 66,000 square foot building near the intersection of Ballard Road and Highway 41. The building is currently occupied by the Baker Tilly accounting firm, as well as several other smaller tenants, and was built in 2007. It's a very nice Class A office space with excellent highway visibility. Buying an existing building was a very economical way for us to gain administrative space that we needed, given the cost of new construction these days. One of the drawbacks is that there are currently tenants in the building, so it'll be several months before they move out and we can move in. That said, we expect to be fully in the new headquarters by the end of 2022. Also, the new building will serve us well in the post-pandemic world, and we are currently exploring options that will leverage this new office space, as well as remote working technology that has proven itself useful to us throughout the pandemic. It will still be several months before you see our name on the building, but exciting times are ahead for us. One of the things that makes Fox Communities Credit Union very special are the people that work here. We strive to really make everyone feel like they are part of the Fox family, and that has led to a lot of our family members staying with us for long and wonderful careers. So at this time, I would like to recognize the following anniversaries, and I would like to thank the following teammates for their commitment to our members. Tricia Brightenham, Monica Campbell, Nikki Jurovitz, Kim McIntosh, Sarah Petska, and Elizabeth Tenner, all 10 years. And I want to recognize really quick before we move on, Monica Campbell, who spent 10 years with us and is actually going to be leaving the Fox family because of a wonderful career advancement opportunity. We can't thank her enough for her service, and we're so excited that she's getting the opportunity to take her career to the next level, which is exactly what we want from our people, to be in demand and to be able to achieve the next level of growth. So very proud of you, Monica, and wish you all the best going forward. On to the employees celebrating 20 years. Jennifer Anklam, Cindy Burkhan, Shelby Cottrill, Lisa Hanna, April Callies, Nicole Carnip, Scott Malinsky, Nicole Much, and Cheryl Smith. Employees celebrating 25 years. Nikki Baker, Kathy Harvath, Dave Thone, and Denise Whiting. Finally, celebrating 30 years is Lynn Marie Hopkensberger. Sorry about that, Hopkensberger. Lynn has been one of the strongest advocates for Fox and the credit union industry that I've ever seen, and I would like to just say a special thank you to her for all of her efforts over the year. She has meant a lot to all of us. So thank you everyone for your efforts and dedication to the Fox mission over the many years. We have also had some great long-term teammates retire in 2020. Of course, we mentioned Greg Hilbert and Bruce Katorik, Joan Gerbers after 25 years, Joy Miller after 23 years, Barb Lemire, 22 years, Jeff Roof, 20 years, Larry Zada, 17 years, Gene Holowinski, 10 years, and Beverly Redmond, 9 years. You are all missed, but I hope that retirement is treating you well. For many years, Fox has awarded employees who have embodied the Fox spirit of service with the Living It Award. A few years ago, we lost one of our family, Jackie Johnson. She was the epitome of the Living It Award, so we renamed the award in her honor. This year, the Jackie Johnson Living It Award recipients are Corey DeGrand and Becca Pouliot. Corey and Becca were nominated by their peers for this award as someone who has demonstrated leadership, dedication, and exceptional performance and commitment to our membership and community. Great job, Corey and Becca. To wrap up the President's report, our members' input is imperative to us creating the best financial organization we can. I wanted to provide you with a way to ask questions or provide feedback regarding the annual report, the future of Fox, or anything else you would like to convey. If you would like, please visit www.foxcu.org/questions. On that webpage is a form that will allow you to ask questions you might have. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and here is to a successful 2021 and beyond.
Thank you, Chris, for your service this past year. And we all look forward to many more President's reports from you, and hopefully no more pandemics. Next, I ask Paul Sipple, our Treasurer and Chair of the Audit Committee, to present the Audit Committee report.
Okay, well, first, if you don't mind, I'm going to go off script. I do want to thank the membership for allowing me to represent you on the board all these years. I'm still very passionate about our organization, but decided it was probably time to step off the board. But I do want to thank you again for the opportunity. Now on to audit. The Audit Committee oversees that our credit union is complying with the accounting standards and the regulations that apply to credit unions. Throughout the year, the Audit Committee reviews reports prepared by the internal audit department, as well as external audit reports regarding the effectiveness of the policies, procedures, and controls in place, including the safeguarding of member information. Areas reviewed and reported on include cash controls, cash audits, changes made to member accounts, employee account activity, and employee adherence to policies. In addition, the credit union is regulated by the State of Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions and federally the NCUA, the National Credit Union Association. As our primary regulators, they examine the credit union annually. Our last examination by the federal regulators, with representation from the Wisconsin regulators, was completed February 26th of 21. It included a review of the credit union's corporate records, lending limits, legal compliance, safety and soundness procedures, and the proper management of funds. In October of 2020, the CPA firm of Whipley LLP completed the examination of the accounting procedures, controls, and financial records, investments, and loan documentation of the credit union. At the conclusion of the audit, Whipley reported, in their opinion, the financial statements as of June 30th, 2020 present fairly, in all material respects, the financial position of the Fox Communities Credit Union and the results of its operations and cash flows for the year, then ended in conformity with the accounting principles generally accepted in the United States. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate your service as Chair of the Audit Committee this past year, and also your many years of service to the credit union. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Sunshine, Kathy Harvath, to tell us about the community support and member education activities held in 2020.
Well, thank you, Rich. And I think Ms. Sunshine went from 5 minutes to 2 minutes. They've all been kind of glancing at me, so I'll go pretty fast. The first slide that we wanted to share is how our staff really got behind the movement early on in the pandemic with the Hearts and the Fox Cares, and we only picked 3 of the windows that we decorated, but I have to say that they went above and beyond, the staff did, and it was really kind of a neat thing to pull it all together with what was going on throughout all of our communities. So we wanted to kind of start off with that slide. The next slide it talks about the collections that we did over 2020. We weren't able to do a lot of the events, as many of you know, but we still wanted to make sure that we did collections and drives. They were down a little bit as our lobbies were closed for much of last year, but one of them we collected more than we ever have, and so that was pretty exciting. I think that was the Help for the Homeless was the biggest we've ever done. So thank you to everybody and members that aided in that effort. This was something new for this year as well, and Lynn, who Chris talked about celebrating 30 years, because of our relationship with Fox City's Festival of Lights, they were unable to hold their light festival this year, so we were able to display these lights at 5 of our locations, and we've got 4 of them listed here. It looked beautiful. It really looked like Fox was so supporting the communities, and we got a lot of really nice responses back from members. It added some sunshine and some brightness and some hope in the middle of a, tough pandemic for many, many people. So that was fun, and we hope to continue to do that and do it throughout all of our locations if we can. Next, I know Rich talked about Bike to the Beat, and we did not hold that last year, and we were able to then donate $50,000. $17,000 of that were from already bikers that had registered for Bike to the Beat, and they were generous enough to let us keep that money, which was fantastic. So we thank everybody for that. That would have been our 5th year, and we've been able to give back almost $200,000 back to our community. Now, for this year, we are going to hold it. So far, it's virtual for sure, and we are looking at August 7th for the actual bike ride. More to come on that. Registration should open June 1st, but what we're going to do this year is we're going to try to max it out at 2,500. The last 2 years, we've had around 3,600 riders, which is unbelievable in such a short amount of time. But we will be holding it again this year, so look for more on that. It might look a little bit different. We might not have the big tents, and sorry to say, Rich and Chris and Joanne, we might not have the beer at the end, but everything else is who wants to ride without a beer, right? Hey. We'll be giving some free stuff out at the end. So that will be happening. And then just some pictures of the great event. And we've been so blessed that every year the weather's been phenomenal, warm and just wonderful. So, and Rich also talked about our virtual silent auction. I believe Amanda told me that this was the 3rd highest of all the annual auctions that we've done. And it was neat because it was virtual, so all staff could participate. You did not have to come to the holiday party to participate. So that was fun. That was fun to do, and it ran over a few more days other than one night. So thank you for that, and again, all that money goes back to our communities as well, and we've raised almost $360,000. And that's just a slide quick on Fox Cares, the homelessness, hunger, and the arts that it supports, established in 2016. And just some of the grants that we've done. So actually in 2020, we gifted over $75,000. But one of the neat things that we did is the foundation was able to give $35,000 to 3 local community foundations, and Fox matched that $35,000. So we were able to give $70,000 to the 3 local community foundations. So thank you, Fox, for that and the foundation. Just a little bit on member education, that we weren't able to hold the in-school presentations. We weren't able to hold the member seminars, but we just wanted to remind everybody that we do have Balanced Financial Fitness that's on our website, and please utilize that as well. And you'll see more and more of this coming from us in our newsletters, and we'll be promoting some of their seminars as well, because they've got some really good topics. And we were Business Partnership of the Year. We won that award, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and that is given out during the week where they recognize volunteers. And this award was sponsored by Secura, and we won for our relationship with Rebuilding Together. We were one of the only organizations that actually went on site to rebuild homes, and I believe we did 3 of them last year. And Joanne says we've got 5 of them coming up on Saturday, and we've been doing this for many, many years, 15 years. So thank you, everybody, for your support on that as well. And just going to end with this. We started our report with this. We keep wanting to go back to our history because we are here because of how we started in 1937. 3 mill workers, people helping people, and that's still who we are today, right? We're helping each other. We're helping our community of members, and we just wanted to end with that. And you can see this neat chain of events on our website. It was just updated today, so it's under About Us and under History. I believe that's it for me, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathy. We love your energy and passion you bring to our credit union. And now Joanne Bogenschutz, our nominating chair, will now share the election process and the results of our member election.
The credit union bylaws allow for absentee balloting, both paper and electronic, prior to the annual meeting. Because of this advanced voting option, the bylaws do not allow nominations to be accepted from the floor. Due to our virtual meeting, we informed our membership that voting would not be able to take place at the meeting. Therefore, voting was offered via our digital banking and mail-in ballot request from April 14th to May 5th. We had a 5,939 member vote in the election. We have 3 board members whose terms have expired and are up for re-election. One of those board members, Paul Sipple, is stepping down and not running for re-election. Paul, speaking on behalf of the membership, thank you for your many years of dedicated service to the credit union's mission. I personally will miss your views and insight that you provided. The nominating committee has nominated the remaining 2 incumbents as candidates again. Also, 2 additional candidates have been nominated from the members that applied. Thus, we had 4 candidates for 3 positions. Each of the 3 positions is for a 3-year term. The order of the names on the ballot was determined by a random drawing. The candidates are Jamie Richardson, Bill Piniella, Scott Haymauer, and Martin Doctor. I have reviewed the voting process and can certify that we did have a fair and valid election. Before I give the results, I want to thank all the members that put in their application. Special thanks to the 4 candidates who put in that extra effort, providing their bios and a video. The nominating committee purposely requires a short video of each candidate, so our members have time to review them, all to get a better idea of the attributes of each of the candidates. I hope you use this information in making your selections. With that, after tabulation of votes, voted onto the board, each for a 3-year term, are Jamie Richardson, Bill Piniella, and Martin Doctor. Congratulations. Mr. Chairman, as is our custom, I make a motion to destroy the ballots.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you to Scott for running, and congratulations to the newly elected directors, Jamie, Bill, and Marty. I would like to thank all of our candidates for their courage to step up and the effort they made to apply and motivation to serve. Joanne has made a motion to destroy the ballots, and Greg has seconded the motion. Members, please vote on the motion to destroy the ballots. There will be a 30-second pause as the votes are tabulated. Thank you. The motion has passed to destroy the ballots. Before I close our annual meeting, I again want to thank and congratulate our members and staff for dealing with the challenging times that were presented to us this past year. I have realized how wonderful a credit union we have, as we have all come together to deal with these challenging issues, and we were still able to be successful as a credit union. Although we all cannot be together in a large room to celebrate this year, we should still take time to celebrate what we have accomplished. We have shown that whatever challenge is put in front of us, we will take it on and not deter us from being a great credit union. Ralph Waldo Emerson stated that nothing in life can be accomplished without enthusiasm. I know we have great enthusiasm as we come out of this pandemic. Our goal is to continue to strive for excellence. On behalf of the Board of Directors, Chris Allen, his leadership team, and all the employees of Fox Communities Credit Union, and to our employees and our members, I thank you for your patience and understanding this past year. We appreciate your commitment by being present for today's annual meeting and being members of the Fox Communities Credit Union. We are all family, and as a family, we made it through this past year. You are all an important part of us. Fox Communities Credit Union will always live up to their promise of We are here for you. Thank you, all of you again, and for what a wonderful year we had. Finally, I would like to adjourn the meeting at the 84th annual meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn the Fox Communities Credit Union's 84th annual meeting?
I so move.
Thank you. Second from Kathy. Please use your vote button now to vote to adjourn the meeting. The motion has passed to adjourn our 84th annual meeting. Please stay safe, be healthy, treat each other with kindness and respect, and we will see you here next year for the 85th annual meeting. This now concludes the audio and video broadcast portion of our meeting.